If you've ever opened your HR portal or a brokerage app and felt attacked by letters and numbers, you're not alone. 401k, IRA, Roth IRA, Roth 401k, 403b, SEP IRA. Most people see that, get overwhelmed, and quietly think, I'll figure this out later. Later turns into years. And by the time future you actually needs the money, the window for easy compounding is gone. This video is your beginner-friendly guide to how these accounts work, what the 2026 limits are, and how to actually use them to retire with confidence. Before we dive in, drop this in the comments. Right now, are you mainly using A, a 401k or a 403b, B, an IRA or a Roth IRA, C, both, or D, nothing yet, starting fresh? Let's start with the big idea behind all of these. Almost every retirement account you'll ever hear about live in one of two tax buckets. Bucket 1, traditional, pre-tax. You put money in before taxes. It grows tax-deferred, and you pay taxes later when you take it out in retirement. Bucket 2, Roth, after tax. You pay taxes now, you contribute after-tax money. It grows tax-free. And if you follow the rules, you never owe tax on that growth ever again. So the real question behind all of this alphabet soup is, do I want a tax break now or tax-free money later? Keep that in the back of your mind as we walk through each account. If you work for a company, your main retirement vehicle is usually the 401k. Here's how it works in 2026, in normal human language. Let's say you tell HR, take 10% of my paycheck and put it into my traditional 401k. That 10% goes in before taxes are taken out. So if you earn $75,000 a year and you contribute $10,000 to a traditional 401k, the IRS only taxes you as if you made $65,000 this year. The money inside the 401k grows over time, and you don't pay taxes on it until you withdraw it in retirement. In 2026, the IRS lets you contribute up to $24,500 of your own salary into a 401k if you're under age 50. If you're 50 or older, you can add an extra $8,000 as a catch-up contribution for a total of $32,500. On top of that, your employer can add their own contributions. When you combine your contributions plus your employer's, the total that can go into the plan is capped at $72,000 in 2026. Now, two important rules. 1. Early withdrawals. If you take money out of a traditional 401k before age 59.5, in most cases you'll pay regular income tax, plus a 10% early withdrawal penalty. 2. Required minimum distributions. Once you hit age 73, the IRS basically says, you've had your tax break long enough. You're required to start pulling out at least a minimum amount every year. These are called required minimum distributions, or RMDs, and you pay income tax on whatever you withdraw. And one more thing you should never ignore. If your employer offers a match, for example, we match 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary. That is free money. Not taking it is like turning down a guaranteed bonus every single year. A traditional IRA, individual retirement account, is your personal backup plan if your job doesn't offer a 401k, or you want to save more on top of your work plan. You open it yourself at a brokerage like Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, and so on. In 2026, you can contribute up to $7,500 per year if you're under age 50. If you're 50 or older, you can contribute $8,600, thanks to a $1,100 catch-up. That limit is combined across all your IRAs, traditional plus Roth, together. A traditional IRA works like a mini 401k. Contributions may be tax-deductible depending on your income and whether you're covered by a plan at work. The money grows tax-deferred. You pay income tax on withdrawals. And just like a 401k, you'll eventually have RMDs starting at age 73. So you can think of it as your own do-it-yourself pre-tax retirement account, even if your job doesn't give you one. Now let's flip the script and talk about the Roth 401k. Mechanically, it's the same plan you get at work, but the tax timing changes. With a Roth 401k, your contributions are made after you pay taxes on your paycheck. There's no tax break today, but the money grows tax-free. And if you follow the rules, generally age 59 and a half, and the account open for at least 5 years, your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. The contribution limits in 2026 are exactly the same as the traditional 401k. Up to $24,500 of your own money if you're under age 50. Up to $32,500 if you're 50 plus with the catch-up. Your employer can still match your contributions, but the match always goes into the traditional pre-tax side, even if you choose Roth for your part. And here's a big update. Starting in 2024, Roth 401ks and Roth 403bs no longer have lifetime RMDs. The IRS doesn't force you to take money out while you're alive, which puts Roth 401ks on equal footing with Roth IRAs. That makes the Roth 401k especially attractive if you're early in your career and your tax bracket is relatively low. You expect to earn more later, or think tax rates may be higher in the future. Or you like the idea of building a pool of tax-free retirement income. The Roth IRA is a favorite for a lot of people, and for good reason. It's still an retirement account you open yourself, but instead of getting a tax deduction now, you pay tax first, and then enjoy tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals later. In 2026, Roth IRAs share the same overall IRA limits: $7,500 per year if you're under age 50, $8,600 per year if you're 50 or older. But Roth IRAs have income limits. The IRS looks at something called your MAGI, your Modified Adjusted Gross Income, basically your adjusted income after a few tweaks, to decide whether you're allowed to contribute. To make the full Roth IRA contribution in 2026, if you're single or head of household, your MAGI has to be under $153,000. If you're married filing jointly, your MAGI has to be under $242,000. Above those numbers, your allowed contribution gradually phases out until it hits zero at $168,000 for single filers and $252,000 for married filing jointly. Now, 2 key rules to remember. 1. The 5-year clock. To get completely tax-free earnings, you generally need the account to have been open for at least 5 tax years, and you to be at least 59 and a half. 2. Contributions versus earnings. You can withdraw your contributions, the money you personally put in, anytime, tax and penalty-free. It's the earnings that get taxed and penalized if you break the rules. Roth IRAs also never have required minimum distributions for the original owner, which makes them powerful for both retirement and legacy planning. For younger investors or anyone who expects their income to rise over time, a Roth IRA is like telling your future self, "I already paid the taxes for you. Enjoy this part of your life." If you work in a school, a hospital, a church, or a nonprofit, you might not have a 401k. You might have a 403b instead. Here's the easiest way to think about it. A 403b is basically a 401k for public sector and nonprofit workers. In 2026, a 403b follows the same basic limits as a 401k. Up to $24,500 of your own contributions if you're under age 50. Up to $32,500 total with the catch-up if you're 50 or older. Many 403bs also offer a Roth option, with the same tax-free growth rules as a Roth 401k. There's one special twist. Some longtime employees can use a 15-year service catch-up that lets them contribute up to $3,000 extra per year, up to a lifetime cap, if they've worked for the same qualifying employer for at least 15 years. Not every plan offers it, but it's worth asking your HR department if you've been there a long time. So if you're in education or the nonprofit world, everything we said about 401ks mostly applies to you too. Just mentally swap in 403b. If you're self-employed, maybe you freelance, consult, run a small business, or have a serious side hustle, you unlock another tool. the Simplified Employee Pension IRA, or SEP IRA for short. A SEP IRA is like a beefed-up traditional IRA funded by the employer. And if you're a one-person business, that employer is basically you, wearing your CEO hat. In 2026, the SEP IRA limit is up to 25% of eligible compensation, capped at $72,000. This is way higher than the $7,500 standard IRA limit. Key things to know. Contributions are pre-tax business expenses. They reduce your business income for the year. The money grows tax-deferred and is taxed as income when you withdraw it later, just like a traditional IRA. SEP IRAs do have RMDs starting at age 73. And if you have employees, you generally have to contribute the same percentage of pay for them as you do for yourself. If you're making good money from a side business and want to shelter more of it for retirement, a SEP IRA lets you supercharge your savings. All of this is great. But what should you actually do? Here's the beginner-friendly order of operations. 1. Stabilize first. Pay off high-interest debt and build a small emergency fund so you're not forced to pull money back out. 2. Grab your employer match. If your job offers a 401k or 403b match, contribute enough to capture every single dollar. It's free, guaranteed money. 3. Add a Roth IRA if you're eligible. Work toward maxing the $7,500 limit, or $8,600 if you're 50 or older. Use simple, low-cost index funds and let it grow. 4. Increase your 401k or 403b. After the match and the Roth, raise your contributions toward that $24,500 limit as your income grows. 5. Self-employed? Consider a SEP IRA. If your side business is profitable, the SEP IRA lets you shelter a lot more income, up to that $72,000 cap. You don't need to max every account. Just being consistent with one or two of them over time is what moves the needle. Retirement isn't just some far-off age. It's the moment when your investments become strong enough that working becomes a choice, not a requirement. All these accounts, 401k, IRA, Roth, 403b, and the SEP IRA, are just different containers with different tax rules. The real power doesn't come from picking the perfect one. It comes from starting, being consistent, and letting time and compounding do their thing. So after this video, your challenge is simple. Log into your HR portal or your brokerage. Look at what you actually have, and make one upgrade, even if it's just increasing your contribution by 1%, or finally opening that Roth IRA you've been putting off. If you found this helpful and you want more deep dives on money, psychology, and building real freedom step by step, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. This is Mindcraft, where ideas become action, and action becomes your future.